G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Here we are again doing our AFL tipping. We're doing round 12, the first week of the bye week in the AFL. Last week was an absolute shocker for me. I got 2 and Flash Crow actually got 4. Did well at the end, he got the last 4 games. So round of upsets. I was lucky to get the 2, to be quite honest. So let's have a quick recap. Before that, like and subscribe. Also, we will have Flash Crow's tips on the bottom as well. So make sure you go over and show some love to his channel. I'll leave the links and everything there. So last week we had Sydney against Carlton. 2 teams that were down on form. I picked Carlton, thinking that they'd bounce back after all the pressure that's on them. They played pretty ordinary. Sydney played quite well and come home with the chocolates. Then probably another upset, Hawthorn defeating St Kilda. I think St Kilda have been found out that they're not that good. They're still in the top 5 at the moment, but the way that they're playing at the moment, I don't think that they're going to make the 8. Melbourne got absolutely steamrolled by Freo, but don't write off Melbourne yet. They're still a very good team, and it's just they can't score, or they can't defend on turnover. And Fremantle have got their groove back and played a really good game. So another upset there. Cats got done by the Giants. Geelong aren't travelling very well at the moment. GWS are playing quite well. Nothing wrong with the way they're playing. But another shock loss. But GWS had won. This is their 3rd win in a row at GMHBA Stadium. So it might be a bit of a trend there. At the Fortress down there is not, the Cattery is not as good as what it used to be. Then Suns took on the Bulldogs at TO Stadium. I knew this was a bit of a danger game for Western Bulldogs. Suns had a really good win. Good to see them standing up for their coach for a change. So Bulldogs, another upset round then. And then we get to the easier games where Essendon beat the Eagles. Eagles won't win another game for the next 2 years. I picked Richmond against Port. I thought they might fire up for Damien Hardwick, but they didn't. They lost the game with inaccuracy, and they had plenty of opportunities. Port are playing well. Maybe not in the top 4 teams, but they're definitely in the next tier. Collingwood destroyed North Melbourne. North Melbourne did quite a good game, kept with them, but too much firepower, Collingwood. And then the good game was destroyed by weather between the Crows and the Lions. Crows got the win. It was a slippery day down there, wet, and Brisbane Lions didn't take advantage of their opportunities. They went inside the 50, 66 times and only kicked 78 points, which is a low scoring rate. And also in the 3rd quarter, we had 1 goal 9. So if they converted some of them, we should have won that game. But anyway, sometimes that happens. Sometimes everything goes against you, and you just can't help it. And we'll have a quick look at the ladder. We've still got the Pies on top, flying at the moment, 10-1. Port have snuck up and gone to clear of the Lions, 9-2. Lions, Melbourne, St Kilda. St Kilda hanging on. Bulldogs are still there. Crows have moved up another position from 8th to 7th. And then Essendon have pushed in this week. Geelong has fallen out. And then there is a group of teams that really need to start getting the whips out and start cracking to see if they can make the 8. All right, let's have a look at our tips for this week. And like I said, this is a bye round, so the Lions have got the bye this week. So let's start with our Friday night game. So this is in 2 days' time. Melbourne Carlton at the G. Again, you can't beat Carlton at the moment. They're doing absolutely nothing. So Melbourne to win there. I think they could actually get a hold of them. It's a dry day. So let's go Melbourne by 28 points to knock off Carlton. Then we've got a bit of a warning game here for Port. Hawthorn are playing really quite well. Bit of drama off field at the moment with Hawthorn Football Club, whether they can get through that. It's at Adelaide Oval. You would expect Port to win, so I'm going to go Port there to beat Hawthorn, but I wouldn't be surprised if Hawthorn take it to Port. Then we go to Optus Stadium, where we've got West Coast against Collingwood. Collingwood to win that by 150. I think they're taking bets. They're actually taking bets at 25 to 1 that Collingwood win by over 200 points, which I think is a stupid bet. But anyway, they could definitely get up to 150 points. If they were on fire, clean day, they could absolutely destroy West Coast. So we'll see how that game turns out, but I'm going Collingwood there. Then a really tight game between Western Bulldogs and Geelong Cats. This is a warning game. Both of these teams are travelling about the same at the moment. Geelong has a lot of talent out. Western Bulldogs are still playing well, but they just got knocked off by the Suns. Whether that's just because of the conditions up in Darwin or whether they got outplayed. Really tough game, this one. Marvel. Alright, I'm going to go Geelong. I know they got a lot out, but well, hang on. Midfield. Alright, this is going to be my upset for the round. I'm going to go Geelong to beat the Bulldogs. And then we've got the Suns and Adelaide at TO Stadium. So another warning game here for Adelaide. Suns are travelling quite well at the moment. They like it up in Darwin. They've won their last 3, I think, at TO Stadium. So it's turning into a bit of a fortress for them. They've been up there for the last 2 weeks. They're acclimatised. Adelaide have got to go up from the cold up to the hot. But they played quite well against the Lions in the wet, slippery conditions. They should have too much firepower for the Suns. So I'm going to go Adelaide to beat the Suns up there. And another danger game here, Richmond. So this is at Giants Stadium. Giants are favourites in this one. Richmond are not. The Giants have been really quite consistent over the last month. Whether they can take on Richmond or whether this might be another upset. It's at 11 o'clock in the morning, or 1 o'clock in Australia. So I might go Richmond here. Let's go Richmond. I backed them last week and they didn't perform, but maybe at some point you can't just keep, these proud clubs are going to respond, and I think Giants might be a bit vulnerable there. And then our last game of the Sunday is Essendon against North Melbourne. North Melbourne, another warning game here for Essendon. It's at Marvel. North Melbourne are definitely playing really good football in the last 2 weeks. They've been close. They should have beaten Sydney. Sydney, Essendon are pretty similar teams, but Essendon are a bit sneaky at the moment. I think they're actually playing quite well. So I'm going to go Essendon to beat the Kangas on the Sunday. So there we go with my tips. Remember, guys, it's only my opinion. I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments. Like I said, make sure you go over and show some love to Flash Crow's channel as well. Good luck with everything. I hope your team wins in this bye round, and we will catch you in the next one. See you later.